What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF Trust with the ticker symbol SPY. Remember that if you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Before we begin, please take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate all those who have already subscribed and liked my videos. Just a reminder that this video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So what has the market been doing? So to the untrained eye or a rookie, this would be very shocking, but to a professional or someone who has a lot of experience in the markets, this was expected. There were just plenty of signs in the market telling you that there was going to be at least a decent sized pullback, and that's what we're getting. You can see that prices had a hard time making higher highs. You can see that this high right here, or this swing, is lower than the previous one. The market sold off, it rallied up, but then you can see the new high is just barely above the previous one. So that shows signs of weakness, and then the prices sold off, and then you can see that prices made a lower high. So that could be a start of a downtrend, and that's what we got. You can see that there has been a lot of selling the past couple of weeks. So today was a reversal day just because we were super extended from the EMA and prices need to breathe. You can see that we have to have pullbacks in the market. Nothing moves in a straight line. Even though this looks like a straight line, there still has to be a pullback, and that's what today was. So is this the bottom of the market or this pullback or not? Well, in my eyes, it's too early to call. You can see that we did get a bounce at previous support, a very strong support level, and there's a lot of buyers at this level, and they bought the dip. They're buying this pullback. However, we did break through a support level previously, which was back here. Let me put a trend line on here. So we did break through this previous support level, so we could come back to it and find resistance. So it's a little too early to call this a bottom. Is it possible? Definitely, but is it the bottom? We won't know until we see a rally. So what I think is going to happen in the short term is that we will see a pullback. We're probably going to break outside of this green channel. You can see that all these price bars are still inside this green channel. So I still expect a break outside of it, possibly back up to the 450 level. And then from there, I think there's a possibility to get another move down. We can see that even if we do get a break outside this green channel, I still expect a retest of the previous extremes. And that's all the way down at the 420 level, or 419 level. So even if we do see a pullback, we could still get another leg down, because this just looks like one big leg down. So we could just see a two-legged correction for another leg down. However, for me to change my bearish thesis to bullish is that we would need to break above the 450 level, pull back and find some type of support, and then make higher highs and higher lows, and then we're probably off to the races and gonna make new all-time highs. So that's the two patterns that could play out, and I think I'm leaning more towards the bearish one, just because we haven't had a break outside of this green channel yet, and we could find resistance when we pull back to that 450 level. So I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure tomorrow and maybe this week could be a pullback in the market, because it's kind of oversold, but that doesn't mean that could be the bottom. I think there's still a case to get another leg down. And this move is not that large, to be honest. You can see that the drop is only about 12%. So it's not that much. It's not like a recession or a huge crash. It's just a medium-sized pullback. So let's take a look at the major pattern, and the major pattern is still up. You can see that this move that we had the past couple of weeks is just very minor compared to this massive rally that the markets has been inside of. You can see that this uptrend holds the prices very true, and every time we come to the lower side we get a bounce, and every time we go to the upper side we find resistance. So this is the first break outside of this major uptrend green channel, so I still expect a new all-time high made in the future, but in the short term there's a possibility to get another leg down. So that's why I don't think that was the top of the market. I think we will probably come back to it. However, it might take a little bit longer than we think. So there's a possibility to get another leg down before seeing that rally to the new all-time high. But there's also a case to get bullish, and if we break through that 450 level, pull back and find some type of support, and then we'll probably can continue higher. So we don't even have to pull back and find some type of support. We could just rally right through that 450 level and not look back. However, if we do come back to that level and we start seeing selling come in, then sellers come in, then we're going to probably make a new low of this down move. So you can see that, like I said before, this was kind of expected because price was showing signs of weakness. The bulls were showing signs of weakness. You can see that previously back here in May to August of 2021, you can see that these are strong moves up. You can see that there's a thrust up and then a small pullback, a thrust up and a small pullback, and then the thrust up goes way past the previous high. So this is what you want to see. This is very strong. Then you come to a more recent time period, and these highs are very weak and the pushes are not that strong. So a bigger correction was due, and there were some gaps that could have been filled, and they filled them. So there were some reasons for the market to pull back this far, and there you go. So I'll show you guys this measure move. I think I already showed you guys this multiple times, especially in my last video, and this was right at the 458 level, and that's kind of around the same area where we're seeing this sideways pattern and the sell-offs being generated from. So even this target was at 458, however we exceeded it. So that's why I'm saying it's very difficult to pick a top or a bottom. So this could be a bottom, but it's hard to predict until in hindsight you'll know basically if that was the bottom or not. So it's hard to predict if it's going to be the bottom, but I can just tell you given the signs on the chart, it's too early to call. It's a possibility it's the bottom, but I'm thinking we could find resistance and continue lower again. So it's just too early to call, but if more prices develop on the chart, then I can get a better glimpse of what the market's trying to do and give a more confident answer. But other than that, I'm bearish. I think we're probably just going to pull back to the 450 level and sell off again. So I'm leaning 60% bearish, 40% we just blast right through that 450 level and make a new all-time high. However, even if we do get that new leg down that I'm suspecting, I'm still bullish long term because this is the first break outside of this green channel, and normally we always go up to retest that high. That's like a 90-95% of the time I see that happening. So I could be bearish in the midterm, but the long term, I think the market still has room to run up. But all this just shows signs of weakness in the market. So let's go and wrap this up on the weekly chart. See, that's why I like the chart very much, because it keeps you logical and not emotional. It keeps you rational. So, you know, the technicals tell me what to do. I don't have to make these weird decisions based on my emotions. You just look at the chart, and the chart tells you the truth. And the truth is that this is a very strong uptrend, and you can see that previously prices were being supported by the EMA, and we haven't had a close below the EMA for pretty much a few years. And now we are seeing that close below the EMA, but that's just the first time we had it, so it's not really that crazy, because we can still get a rally up to the previous all-time high. However, this down move, I'm still expecting maybe a two-legged correction, so something like that. Let me do that again. So I'm still expecting something like this. This could be the first leg down. We could see a little correction and then a second leg down, and then we might see that rally back up. So that's how I'm seeing the market, but if it changes, I'll give you guys an update. So either way, I don't think this is the top of the market, and I don't think this is the bottom of the correction. We could still continue lower, and from there we could blast past that previous all-time high to new ones. So we'll just see what the market wants to do, and we'll go from there. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel, since you might be surprised at what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel since I want to deliver good content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.